Let's bring in Fox News Sunday anchor Shannon Bream, who joins us now. Good morning, Shannon.
Hey guys, good to see you, and I love that you're going to do this off the wall, because I think the tricky thing is what are the policies? Because we've heard some of them in the past that it seems like there's a bit of a disavowal now, not from the candidate herself, but statements we're getting through campaign sources and those kinds of things like fracking, yes, no, changing the Supreme Court, yes, no. I mean, there are all kinds of things, so it'll be helpful, I think.
So to follow up on that, Shannon, you're right. It's fracking has been yes, no. Approach to crime has sort of been like hard on crime, soft on crime at various points in her career and positions she's taken. That's been yes, no. I'm curious. One, you highlighted the Supreme Court. Last I'd heard, she was open and advocating for the idea of increasing, AKA packing the Supreme Court. Do we know? Is that also existing in the yes, no land? We still don't know Kamala Harris and what she'd do to the Supreme Court?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, because apparently back in 2019 during campaigning, she talked about having a conversation, being opening to adding seats. Then both she and President Biden during the administration were like, no, I don't think that's the best way to go. Well, now you know that the president has proposed a new set of potential changes for the Supreme Court, and she's apparently signed on to that. So it's just one of the many areas that we don't know exactly what her intentions are. And that's why it's important that, she gets out there. There's so many pieces out there, and it's not just, those that you would think are center-right media, papers and those kinds of things. I mean, it's all over the media landscape now, where we're starting to see some of the mainstream media say, hey, we have questions that we need to get answered. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I'm still waiting to see someone other than Shannon Bream asking those questions. Maybe they could ask her about this, because it wasn't very long ago. We talked a little bit about how now she says she doesn't want to put taxes on people's tips, but it was during this administration that they said they were going to actually charge the IRS, all the new IRS agents that they just brought on, to go after people's tips. And in fact, anybody like Uber drivers who has where it's actually calculated and you can prove that they got the tip because it's digital, was very upset about it. How's she going to walk that back?
I do think it's really interesting that she has now talked about this on the campaign trail out west in places, like Nevada and other places, Arizona, where there's a very heavy hospitality industry. And it's a popular line, but it's the exact same line that President Trump started months ago. And the policy position he had months ago. So for a ticket that's going to say Trump's ideas are all bad, they're bad for the economy and everything else, just interesting that she would take something that's been such a high-profile talking point from him and pick it up on the campaign trail. But she says the economic plan is coming this week. There's nothing on the website, the campaign website, about that. So it's going to be helpful. We need that data. As you guys said, I mean, voting is starting within a matter of weeks, and we're still very much on the media honeymoon. So you got to wonder whether any of that correction is going to happen before we actually get to the votes that matter.
Well, meanwhile, our government, I don't know, I guess maybe on autopilot. We're not quite sure what Joe is doing on a regular basis. We do have new images yesterday of him sleeping on the beach in Rehoboth, certainly not in campaign mode anymore. But he did take a moment to do an interview with another network, and he talked about his decision to drop out of the race. It's the first time we've heard from him directly about it. Here's what he said, Shannon.
When I ran the first time, I thought of myself as being a transition president. I can't even say how old I am. It's hard for me to get out of my mouth. Although it's a great honor being president, I think I have an obligation to the country to do the most important thing we can do, and that is we must defeat Trump.
So, Shannon, what do you make of what does the rest of his term look like?
Well, first of all, he's got one more interview in the column than the current vice president, who since he stepped down, he's done more interviews than she has. It's only one. But we're waiting. I think that you guys know, and we've talked about this all over the channel and beyond, about what happens when you're a lame duck president, because we see provocations again. The Pentagon says it was an Iranian proxy that came after our service members, 5 people, including a contractor as well, injured at the al-Assad base. We're going to talk about that on the show this morning, the fact that there have been, 175 attacks since October. So, there are those who do not feel very worried about a Biden-Harris administration. You got to wonder how they feel now about a Harris-Walz administration. But he's talked about doing all kinds of big things before the end of his term. Does not seem like there's going to be the will on Capitol Hill to get any of that done. So maybe the most productive place for him is to, get some rest.
What else is coming up this morning on Fox News Sunday?
So we're going to talk with Senator Tom Cotton and Congressman Jason Crow. So we've got a D and an R represented, both veterans. So we're going to talk a lot of foreign policy, but also, trying to figure out the positions of this new Harris-Walz ticket and where we go from there. We've also got two economists with us this morning to break down what's happening in the markets, where those policies and changes, proposed by the two campaigns will impact your 401k and everything else, your groceries and gas and all that moving forward.
All right. Shannon, we'll be watching. Thank you so much.
See you guys. Oh, and by the way, can I say, Will, I'm very impressed that you're actually injured by something that you did as impressive as that swim, where I'm getting to the point where, wake up in the morning and I've somehow injured my neck and back by sleeping on the wrong pillow. So kudos to you for actually doing something worthwhile to get your injury.
I did. Thank you for that, Shannon. I probably didn't factor in. This could be age-related as well. So
you're younger than me.
Thank you, Shannon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Shannon.
Bye, Shannon.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.